Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Busy Moms Fitness, Nutrition, Mindset, and Accountability Group. I am super excited to be here. Today we are going to be talking about how to strengthen your core without having to do sit-ups or crunches anymore. So I'm really excited. We're actually going to get moving here later on. You guys are going to get to see how I use this space in a little bit different of a way than normally when you guys see me up really close to the screen. So before we get into today's training, I want to remind you who this group is for. This group is for busy moms or busy professionals who are really looking to expand their physical fitness, like learn more about how to get stronger, how to get a stronger core without sit-ups or crunches, how to increase their endurance, how to be more functional in life so that when we're doing our everyday activities, it doesn't hurt. We don't have aches and pains and we're able to continue doing it. We talk about nutrition in this group. We are busy, we are on the go. We need to figure out ways to make meal prepping quick, easy, simple, and that's what we talk about here. We then talk about mindset, and in mindset we talk about goal setting, we talk about organization, productivity, lots of things that all go into, and if we don't have our mindset right, the fitness and nutrition will not stick. And then finally, we talk about accountability, and in that accountability, we really hone in on consistency. And the more we can be accountable to ourselves and be consistent with the actions we are doing for our mental health, our physical health, and our nutrition, the more likely we are to have that weight loss or maintain that weight that we've really been trying to do for a long time. I know a lot of you jump into this group wanting weight loss or weight maintenance help, and that accountability is really part of that mindset to help us shift of, are we actually being consistent? And in our programs, we use an awesome app called My Coach, which allows us to set up actions for you to complete and see in black and white, or in green and red, I should say, did you do it or did you not? So that we can actually start to see these patterns of, are you just not being consistent, or is the action not right? So it's a super awesome app we use. So I also want to give a huge thank you to Karen for inviting people into this group just this week. That is the best way to thank me for going live every single Thursday. If you're like, oh, I really love what she's doing, share it with somebody you think would have benefit. You can be whoever you think. Everybody is welcome in this group. Just know that I do speak specifically to busy moms. That is, I've been a nanny for 13 plus years, and I understand. I understand, I see, I know what's happening, and I can help you. So as we get into today, I want you to start thinking about, we're going to be working on that lower core. We're going to be working all the way around, but I want you to think about our core is not just a six-pack. Because our core is not just a six-pack, because I'm going to guarantee that all of us love our wine and cheese, our beer and pizza, our ice cream and whatever, to the point where we don't want to give it up. And for us to have really defined tight abs, a lot of that we have to give up the things we love. And in this group, I'm all about teaching you how to find a balance in life that allows you to continue doing the activities you love, as well as enjoying the foods and drinks you enjoy. So with that being the case, I want you to think about your core strength as being that primary area of your body. Your core falls in between about that mid-thigh line all the way up to, so at the bottom of your sternum, you have a little point, and it's called your xiphoid process. And at that, from here to here, kind of where that sports bra would stop, is going to be that core. And imagine it's a big cylinder around your body. So your core is not just right here where we think it is. It is tops of our quads, it's our glutes, it's the tops of those hamstrings, it's our stabilizers. We have so many muscles, it's that low back. And often when we get that low back twinge, or we pick something up off the ground, whether it's the laundry basket, the dishes, the kid, whatever it may be, and we feel that little tweak, it's most likely because we don't have a stable enough core. So we have to stabilize our core, and the stronger our core is, the more functional we can be, and the easier it's going to be to do things in life. So today I'm going to be showing you 5 exercises that you can do from the comfort of your home if you have the equipment. If not, you can feel free to do these at the gym. We're going to be starting on the ground though. So I'm going to be going through them here, and then we'll actually get moving, because I want to encourage you guys to take your phones, your tablets, your laptops, whatever you're watching on, and actually take me with you and do these movements. So we've got 2 groundwork exercises. The first one is going to be dead bugs. And we've got a stable dead bug, which means we're not going to move. And then we have a moving dead bug. So we're going to go through both of those. That is all one move. We just have a progression and a regression. After that, we're going to go into a bear crawl. And when I say bear crawl, probably what's popped into your mind is back in elementary school when they made you crab walk and bear crawl and do all those things in the gym. Yeah, it's a different looking bear crawl. We don't have our butts up in the air. We're not putting all that pressure on our shoulders. It is specifically for that core and that pelvic floor region, which is if you've ever had a baby, you plan to have a baby, or you did a long time ago, or even you're just getting older and you sneeze when you pee. Your pelvic floor is important, whether you're male or female, whether you were old or young. Your pelvic floor is important, and these moves are going to help strengthen that as well. So after we've done those two moves on the ground, we'll stand on up, and you are going to, if you have it available, I suggest going and grabbing it now, grabbing a band. So I use a resistance band that's got a clip with some handles. You can get these off Amazon. They're super awesome. They're a really good way to have a travel cable machine. So if you've ever been to a gym and you've seen those big cable machines with handles that can switch on and off, and you put the weight in, I don't have room for that in this gym. So I purchased resistance bands that comes with a multiple attachments, 2 handles, and it allows me to create my own cable machine around a door or around a banister. So if you have a band, grab it. If you don't have a handle to your band, that's okay. But grab it, put it around a banister or lock it in the door, something that's not going to go anywhere, and you want it about belly button height. So go grab that or take me with you while you grab it. After that, we are going to go into 2 weight exercises. We're going to be standing up and we're going to practice some upper body strength as well as core strengthening for a farmer's carry march. And then we're also going to be doing an X carry. So this X carry is going to work our core not just this way, but as a diagonal. We want to hit a bunch of different angles, and we also want to stabilize. So I'm going to talk through this all as we go through, but do we have any questions? If you have any questions, drop questions in the comments, or ask your question. I am watching the feed. But also, now that we've gotten into this intro here, before we go to the ground, I want you to let me know, are you here live? Drop hashtag live. Or are you here watching the replay because you're out doing something else on this beautiful sunny day? Drop replay. I would also love to know where you're from. So put what town you're from and what state. We've got people from all over the country and all over the world here in this group. And I love having each and every one of you connect and say, oh, I'm from Michigan. Oh, I'm from Texas. Oh, wait, I'm from Texas. I love seeing that. As you also, once you put where you're from, I want you to put yes or no. Do you regularly work on your core? Is that something you do regularly? And when I say that, I mean at least once a week, every single week. So yes, I work on my core at least once a week, every single week, or no, I do not. There's no right or wrong answer here. So, awesome. Grab a mat or make your way down to the ground. If you have trouble getting up and down off the ground, put yourself next to a wall or grab a chair so you can help yourself up after. We're going to be starting on the ground with a dead bug. When we do a dead bug, what's going to happen is once I go down to the ground, I'm going to turn my head, and it may be harder for you to hear me, but I want to, so I'm going to demo a little bit. So when I'm on the ground, imagine my right and left side are doing the same thing. My legs are going to come up to 90 degrees. So I have a 90-degree bend here in my knee, 90 degree in my toe. Shoulders are back and down. Low back is pressed in. See how I'm not all arched? My hips are tucked, and I'm going to hold. Imagine my right leg is up as well. So we're going to do that same thing on the ground, and that's going to be the first spot you should start. If you've never done these, start right there with a dead bug hold. We're just going to hold that position. So make your way down. I always like to kind of get myself situated, sometimes give my knees a nice little hug, especially if I've been doing a lot of standing. It's nice to relax that low back with a little egg roll here. And then what we're going to do is you're going to take those hands, you're going to take them up above your chest, pull your shoulders back and down, lock it in, and then we're going to bring our legs up to here. So knees are at 90, toes are at 90, low back's pressed in. You should not be able to stick your hand all the way through. If you can stick it through at all, we need to press that low back in and maybe even shift those knees a little closer. Ideally, when we're at 90 here, that is going to be the best, but if we're not there yet, we just go here. We bring them a little closer to our belly button. So right here, chin to that chest, and hold. And this may look easy, but I challenge you to actually get down on the ground and try this. And hold anywhere from, if you're just starting out, I suggest starting with, try to go for 10 seconds. Great, if that's really easy, try for 15. The max I ever want you doing this is a minute. If you're doing this more than a minute, that probably means one or two things. It means something is not engaged and we're doing it incorrectly, because we shouldn't be holding it for a minute and it feel easy. But if we're holding it for a minute and it's difficult, but we can still do it, good. Bring those knees down, drop it on down. If we are doing it for a minute and it feels difficult, but we're like, I could hold it longer, what that means is we need to add a progression, which is going to be this next move. So we have that dead bug hold. It's exactly what we just did. The progression, we start off the exact same way. So shoulders back and down, legs up, knees at 90, toes at 90, chin to your chest. If you get good at this and you get strong at this, what's going to happen is your left hand and right knee are not going to move. Your left knee and your right hand are going to reach away from your body. Keeping that low back pressed in, your core is going to shake, and then we bring it up. And then we reach with the other. We bring it in. So the key thing to note on this, though, is see as I move my arm and leg away from our body, my other arm and leg are not moving. They are locked in. Good. What we are doing is we're pulling that core away from each other, and then we're engaging and bringing it back together. Good. Like I said, I always love to bring my knees to my chest because I think it feels really nice. So we have normal dead bug, which is just that hold. Then we have that moving dead bug. Did you see how slow I went at those moving dead bugs? We want slow and controlled. You can go fast, but all you're doing is burning your muscles out. Like if you were to run, we want to slowly move through those muscles, slowly move through that movement, because that's going to hit those deep down muscles rather than just those superficial muscles. So, dead bugs. Let me know in the comments, did you enjoy dead bug number 1, which was the hold, or dead bug number 2, which was the moving? Put dead bug 1 or dead bug 2. Okay, next move. Like I said, we've got one more ground move before we stand up. This is going to be that bear crawl hold. So this is one that is also very deceiving. As we look at it, we see people doing it like, it's not that hard. And then we do it and our whole body is shaking. Your whole body is not shaking when you do this. Please let me know because I'd love to check your form. So I'm going to show you from 2 angles here because it's important. First one is from the side. Hands are going to go right up underneath our shoulders. Toes are tucked, knees are under my hips. So see how I'm not way out here? My knees are right underneath my hips. My toes are tucked. So this is starting position. I'm going to show you from the front now. So starting position from the front, which a lot of times gets people in trouble, is see how my hands and my knees are right in a line together and I can almost not see my legs? I get people who go out here, or I get people who go really close. I want them directly in a line with one another. So I'm going to turn back to the side. This is where the fun part comes in. Hands underneath, toes tucked. Pull your shoulders back and down. Pull your belly button to your spine. I don't want an arch. Pull your belly button to the spine. And from here, you're going to press through your toes and lift your body off the ground about a half an inch to an inch. So engage and hold right here. And rock that body forward just a tad. Good. If you are doing this with me, you are going to find that you are shaking. I am shaking and I do this often. Go ahead and drop those knees. So that is a really awesome move. Bear crawl, fantastic. You may think, I do planks all the time. If you do planks all the time, start doing bear crawls. It's going to challenge you and change the muscles that are being used. The biggest thing that I want you to remember about this is I'm not doing this with an arched back. No, I'm pulling my belly button, my spine. I'm keeping a nice flat back here. So there is a regression for this because you may have just tried that and you're thinking, holy crap, Morgan, that is awful. I can't even hold myself up. That's why I'm going to show you bird dogs. Bird dogs are a really good way to get started in this move, practicing balance and really locking things in. So you'll set up in the same position here. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips, belly button pulled to the spine, shoulders back and down, toes tucked. What's going to happen is instead of our whole body coming up, you are going to extend your right arm and your left leg out away from your body, keeping a nice straight line. And then we come back down. Then you go left arm, right leg, and come back down. Right arm, left leg, and come back down. Cue here is I don't want this. I don't want like a big C or a big U. Good. So those are called bird dogs. I always tell people, try to do the bear crawl. If you can only do 5 seconds, do 5 seconds. Start really small, but it's a really awesome move to really lock in not just that low core, but that side, those hips, those shoulders, everything. So as you tried these with me, let me know which one did you prefer. Bird dogs, which was that second one I showed you, which was opposite arm, opposite leg, or did you prefer bear crawl, which was that hold where we were not moving, but we were just hovering above the ground. So drop bird dogs or bear crawl in the comments and let me know. So we've got those 2 groundwork exercises. If you do any 2 moves, I think those are the 2 most important. Reason being is it's a lot easier to focus on this lower core area on the ground than it is when we are standing nice and tall. So if you can only practice 2 and you have no equipment, practice those to incorporate them. And ideally we want to do them 3 times. Choose a time, if you can only go to 10 seconds to start, only go 10 seconds. Take about a minute rest and then do it again. Minute rest, do it again, do it 3 times. If you can do it 2 to 3 times a week, you're really going to start to see benefits. If 2 to 3 times a week seems over committing yourself, start with just once. Start with doing it once a week for 10 seconds and build up from there. We're all about micro habits in this group. We're not all or nothing, or the term I used earlier today was balls to the walls. We're not like that. We slowly build ourselves up so that we can get stronger, feel stronger, and be able to do this for a lifetime. It's not about learning, doing it, and being done. No, it's a journey and we're going to take it that way. So we had our dead bug hold, moving dead bugs, bear crawl, and bird dogs. Lots of animals here. So now that we're standing, we're going to move into that resistance band that I was telling you about. So these press outs, I love these press outs because these specifically are going to work our muscles on our sides, our stabilizers. So that when I'm standing here and all of a sudden somebody pushes by, we're at the concert or we're walking through the grocery store, my stabilizers can catch me. It's working on these top quad muscles, those glutes, this low core. It's really working this whole cylinder, keeping us nice and solid and stable. And you're going to be tired of me hearing stable by the end of this. So the further you pull your resistance band, the more challenging this move is going to be. If you have a floppy fish here, it's not going to do anything for you. So what I always like to suggest is bring those handles into your chest or into like that belly button area, shoulders back and down, and then walk yourself out with your hands connected to your body until you start to feel your body wanting to go back. Once you hit just a little bit of pull, that's where I suggest getting those feet nice and stable. Now I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what my form looks like. So I'm not like this. No, I have a nice athletic stance. I have a slight lean forward. My hips are tucked. And this is where I'm at. So hold this as I turn back. So I'm here. Low core is pressed in. And now you're pressing straight out like you're the Hulk pushing through a brick wall and coming straight back. Here's the key, is that straight line. I don't want out and stirring the pot because that means none of this is stable. No, bring it on in, out, and back. If you are not feeling any engagement here, kind of right above that love handle area, we all know it, walk yourself out just a little. Out and back in. Out and back in. If you are feeling a little bit of a twinge in that low back, you have two options. Walk yourself closer, make it a little less challenging. Technically, I have three options. Make it a little less challenging. Don't do as many reps, or just squeeze your glutes just a little. We're not squeezing for dear life like we're picking anything up. Nope, just a little engagement. That right there will activate that low back a little bit and help make it a little stronger. So I'm going to show you from the side here what this looks like. And normally we want this band out here, but because I'm in black leggings and the black bike, I'm going to move it forward so you can actually see me. So little athletic stance, hips tucked, core tight. See my belly button's pulled my spine. I'm not letting my belly hang out. And I don't have this arch in my back. We don't want this. Hips tucked, belly button pulled the spine. That's going to activate that low core, that pelvic floor we've been talking about. Shoulders back and down. I'm out and back in. Out and back in. And I can feel it right here on my sides. Those are going to be your stabilizers. Those are super important muscles to keep us stable. My suggestion is, one, make sure you do both sides. So as you're going one way, nice and slow, not just how I demoed before, flip around and do the other side, because depending on which way you're facing, we're working each side differently. So you want to make sure you do both sides. Put that as a little reminder in your head. Second thing, 3 rounds, just like I said about the dead bugs, the dead bug hold, the bird dogs, and the bear crawl. All that right there, 3 rounds. I suggest starting with 10 press outs, nice and easy, each side, 3 rounds. But like I said, if you're starting to feel like a twinge in that low back, or you're getting fatigued and your form's starting to suffer, meaning you're doing this, or you're bent over, or that low back, whatever good form does not look like, and if it does not feel good on the body because we're getting a pinch, you either need to walk yourself in or do less reps. Still try to go for that 3 rounds, even if that means round 1 is 10 reps, round 2 is 6 reps, and round 3 is 4 reps. What that does, and the reason I always suggest 3 rounds, and this goes for stretching, this goes for strength. Round number 1, it feels awkward and your brain and your body are still trying to connect on what the heck you're making it do. Round number 2, you are more comfortable in the move. Your body is now warmed up and it understands what is happening. Number 3, you are crushing it because it is perfect. Your mind and your body have finally connected with one another. Your form is awesome. Everything's locked in. You really have good form. We all know when we don't do something every single day, that first time doing it, always a little awkward. Whether it be a squat or a lunge, whatever it is. So those are your band press outs. Go back and watch any of these moves by just pausing the video. Remember, you can also find these on the YouTube channel. That's easier for you to go back and rewatch. But pause, do these, come back to these 5 moves. So if you enjoyed those band press outs, drop press out in the comments and let me know. That is honestly, I think, one of my favorite moves out of all. I've got a few, and this is my favorite stabilizer move. So we've got 2 more moves here. Number 1 is going to be a farmer's carry. This is one where if you are able to carry, you can. I prefer to do a farmer's march. Reason being is I find the march allows me to activate my core a little bit more and practice my balance, where a farmer's carry is more about shoulder stability and just keeping our body upright. Both have fantastic benefits. I'm going to show you both options. So you're going to want to grab a set of weights that are the exact same weight in each hand. Shoulders back and down. For a farmer's carry, you want to imagine you have 2 buckets of water in your hands. We want to pull our shoulders back and down, lock those weights in, because it is 30 degrees out and that water is cold. We do not want it splashing on us. And we're going to walk normal, forward and back. And normally I would turn around, but because I'm on camera, I'm not going to. See how my weights are not moving? Everything's locked in. Great. So that's a farmer's carry. You're going to feel that in your core because we're standing up nice and tall. We're not leaning over. We're not pushing anything out. No, we're nice and locked in. That core is engaged. But it's not going to be as intense of a move. So start there. What you then can go to is a farmer's march. And these I really like. These are great. We do these in our classes all the time. Shoulders back and down, weight off the body, exactly like you said. Feet come a little closer. And I'm going to tuck my hips. So see how I have a little arch in that back? I'm going to tuck my hips and then march and lower. March and lower. This right here. I'm staying up nice and tall. I'm controlling that leg on the way up just as much as I am on the way down. Good. And relax. I'm gonna set those down. So as I march, you can do this without weight too, you're gonna feel that core engages. As it lowers, you're stretching that core out. Engage, stretch. Engage, stretch. Just like when we did that dead bug, it's this very similar motion, very similar to a mountain climber as well. So for that farmer's carry, same thing, 3 times. If you want to start at ground level. Start with just a farmer's carry. Lock those arms in, those swinging those buckets. Stand up nice and tall. It's crazy what happens when we stand up nice and tall and we walk with purpose and engagement rather than just walking like we do a normal day. If you'd like to progress that, you take it to that farmer's march. Find your stationary, pull it back and down, up and down. This is also going to work our balance, our hips, our glutes, our quad. All of this is fantastic. Our coordination, all of those. So if you liked the farmer's carry, drop farmer's carry. If you liked the march, drop march. I want to know, and I'm asking you guys this because I want to know which varieties you enjoy more. So if it's the farmer's carry, drop carry. If it's the farmer's march, drop march. We've got one last move here, and this is one where you're going to want 2 weights of different weight, 2 dumbbells of different weights. If you don't have weights, grab a can of soup and grab the laundry detergent. Grab your gallon water bottle and grab a wine bottle. Does not matter, we just need 2 different weights here. So I'm going to put one of these away and grab one of my lighter ones. So, suitcase, X carry. So it's a combo. Suitcase carries when we have 1 weight, and we move with just 1 weight in our hand. Well, we're going to take a single arm, so a suitcase carry, we're going to then put our other arm up in the air, like we're doing half an X or a slash. So from here, I'm going to balance on the leg of the weight that is in my hand. So my left hand has that blue weight in it, which means I'm going to balance on my left, and I'm going to march and lower. Nice and controlled. Good. And you can also go the other way. So that weight's up. This side is going to be more difficult. So start by balancing on the same leg of the weight that is down. Then we switch sides. So I'm going to show you the side view of this. So weight's off to the side. This weight comes up, shoulders back and down. See how we have a nice flat back when that knee comes up? I'm looking straight ahead. Good. So part of this move is also working that upper body. And the reason I really like this is life happens. You pick things up, you lift things above your head. That upper back needs to be stable. So why not work and stabilize our core and make our core stronger, and also do it with our upper body and practice our balance all at the same time. So the farmer's carry, march, and farmer's carry and farmer's march, as well as the X march, those are ones that are super great for hitting the entire body. Our entire body is being worked there. Really in all of these, our entire body is being worked, but those are ones where you're really going to feel it in that shoulder. That shoulder may get tired, that arm may get tired. If so, drop the weight. Just holding your arm up above your head as you do this, this may be where you're starting. You may not have any weight in your hand, and that's okay. But think about engage, drive that knee, and then slowly release and feel that core separate. And then we engage and bring it together, and slowly release and have it go back down. So I want to know if you tried that X carry here, which one did you find more challenging? The one balancing on the leg of the arm that was up in the air, or balancing on the leg of the weight that was down? So either say up or down, and that's how I will know. I like to know because we are all different. Honestly, for me, it's balancing on the one with the arm that is up because it's a longer line for me. But for some people, it may be the other. So I like to know what people's bodies do, what feels good, what doesn't feel good, all that type of stuff. So now that we have gone through all 5 moves, I want to know if you have any questions. Any questions from today? And I'm going to come closer and refresh here. And feel free, as you are watching in YouTube, because I know that's where a lot of you are watching these replays, drop your questions in the comments there. That is going to help me. I will get you a response. I will get you a video. I will get you whatever you need to if you ask me the question. So drop any questions that you have in the comments. I would also love to know which move was your favorite out of all of them. Was it dead bug hold, moving dead bug, bear crawl hold, bird dogs, band press outs, farmer's carry, farmer's march, or X march? Which one did you enjoy the most? Which one did you feel the most? And I'd also like to know which one challenged you the most. And normally that's the one we don't like. There are some of us who really, our favorite move is the one that challenges us the most. I know a few of you in this group. But a lot of times that one that challenges us the most and we think, wow, we're not really good at that, that's the one we end up not being. It's the one we end up hating. It's also one we should be doing the most. So I would love to know from all of you, what was your favorite move? What was your least favorite move? From here, next week we are meeting as usual, same time, same place. I did mention that this is a different setup for us. So when I'm back here, and I wanted to touch on this real quick for anyone who did stay till the end here, this is our group fitness setting. We teach group fitness classes every Monday and Wednesday at noon Eastern Standard Time. If you're not able to make it there live, I have a whole on-demand class library of 200 plus classes, and that list keeps growing. So one-time purchase fee for the playlist that keeps growing. So if you want access to all of those to do on your own time to hit every single muscle in your body over time, just drop demand in the comments and I'll get you that link. So have a great rest of your day, everyone. I will see you all next week, same time, same place. See ya.